Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're diving into some massive news from NPC Studio about Fields of Mistria's second major update dropping this March. Yes, this March. And let me tell you, this one's going to be absolutely game-changing. From Caldarus making his first appearance to unlocking the deep woods, pets, and a new sprinkler mechanic, we will again have a lot to unpack in this roadmap. So grab your favorite cozy beverage because we're going to be breaking down everything we know about this update, sharing some theories, and of course, giving you some tips to prepare. First up, let's talk about what everyone's been dying to know more about: the social updates, villagers, and romance. The biggest news drop from NPC Studio: Caldarus appears. If you're also a fan of Caldarus, please take a moment to pause this video and let out a tiny scream. Alright, let's continue. Does this mean we finally get to see his human form? Will he be able to roam the town like other NPCs? Or is this a super tease where we just see him briefly in the mines like we do with the Dragon Priestess? I have one theory. So remember when I talked about this door we can't access in the Sleeping Dragon Inn? While it doesn't say it's locked, there is a doormat which feels like a possible hint that someday there might be a character who stays in there. Let's say that either in the second major update or the full release of the game, we, save our favorite dragon boy from the mines. He's gonna need a place to stay. Well, he's been staying on our farm and is more than welcome to stay in our house. It'd make a lot of sense for him to stay at the Sleeping Dragon Inn because, he has been a sleeping dragon and probably also needs to get properly socialized with the townsfolk because he hasn't really been able to do that for a few hundred years. Anyways, this is exciting news and I can't wait to spill all this tea to Elsie because she's getting a new gossip feature. I love this for her. She just feels like the auntie we all know and love, and it's going to be really cool to be able to go to her for potential romance advice. And by romance advice, she's gonna let us in on a few secrets about what the other villagers in town might like in terms of gifts. I really love this feature for the game because it adds another layer of helpfulness for new players who might not know where to start, and it makes the world feel a bit more immersive. Something else that makes a game immersive is through dialogue, and we're getting more of it as well as more added to NPC schedules. Schedules and dialogue add such an important layer to farming in life sims because it's not really fun to see a character stare at a fence all day and then proceed to talk about that fence. Or to know that they do the exact same thing at the exact same place, whether it's a rainy day or a Monday morning. What I'm saying is schedules get overlooked in most games, and I personally feel that Fields of Mistria has built upon and improved some features from its predecessors, schedules being one of them. And I'm really excited to watch this development grow and see the characters open up their schedules even more. It's such a subtle detail that adds so much depth. Speaking of depth, we can expect to dive even further in the mines because for Mines and Dungeon, we'll be able to unlock the Fire Seal quest, new mine biomes, spells, and monsters. I really didn't think we'd see these unlocks until the full release, so I was definitely shocked to read this because it just means we'll be able to progress further in the main storyline. This time, we have so much more reason to do so, because I think this is when we'll finally get to see Caldarus in his human form, and I'm hoping this is the moment we can break him from the curse of being a, lawn ornament. So in order to actually unlock this quest, we'll likely be having another chat with our good friend Junie, who will tell us we need some things from the deep earth levels in order to break the seal. The types of items we needed to unlock the Tide Cavern and Deep Earth levels have been a gem, a bug, a fish, and a forageable from that respective mine level. My guess for the Fire Seal is that we'll need an emerald for sure, and while we don't know which fish, bug, or forageable we'll need, it might be a good idea to keep one of each of those, just so you have it if you want to prep ahead. We'll likely have even stronger monsters to fight and biomes to break, so if you haven't upgraded your equipment, it might be a good time to stock up on some silver ores and aim to get infused weapons and armor when blacksmithing. But what I'm really curious about is the spells. The first spell was healing, second was a watering spell, third was growth. What are your thoughts? What is a spell you'd personally love to see in this update? Let me know in the comments below and let's chat about it. Next up is Town and Renown. We will be unlocking the Deep Woods area. Renown cap is getting increased 20 more levels. Additional requests have been added to the request board, as well as museum sets and rewards, a new town repair request, and another festival. I am really curious about 3 things. First is the Deep Woods area. In a post from 2020, so very early in development, the devs posted this gorgeous GIF that looks like it could have been a very early concept of the area. I'm so curious about what we'll find here. Personally, I'd love to see a tie to the Harvest Moon games and maybe find something like Harvest Sprites or a Junimo equivalent. Maybe the new spell we unlock summons them. When we actually are able to date the characters, I wonder if this is a cute little confession area for confessing your love or proposals, all of the above. Alright, while we're thinking about this game's spiritual predecessors, let's talk about the new festival. Elsie will now be our go-to for town gossip and will hint at gifts for characters. Is this because maybe there's a, I don't know, festival like Harvest Moon where we exchange gifts? Maybe something like a white elephant gift exchange and Elsie goes, "Oh, Ulrich is your white elephant? Yeah, he likes rocks." While I'd like to think this festival could be seasonally relevant to the update coming in March, we already have a spring festival, and the Shooting Star Festival takes place in the summer. So my other guess is we'll see something in the fall, maybe a spooky Halloween festival. Even months later, I admit I'm still wishing and wanting that 20-foot Home Depot skeleton Mistria edition. The third thing I'm curious about is what we're fixing in town. There's 4 areas that come to mind. The ruins, the vines covering the deep woods, this sad building attached to Valen's clinic, and the lighthouse. The lighthouse is what intrigues me the most. This game has so much potential to expand its world beyond the full release, and I can't help but think of the lighthouse as an opportunity to travel beyond Mistria, which would be so cool to see. What do you think we're fixing? What festival do you think we'll see? What mysteries might we uncover in the deep woods? Let me know in the comments below. Next up is skills and perks. This one will be short and sweet. We're getting additional tier 4 perks. My guess is we'll see a few tiny things sprinkled in that might help with the quality of life and time management. For example, the miscellaneous section in the roadmap mentions a sprinkler and auto petter mechanic. This would make sense to see under ranching and farming, kind of like we saw with the mill and processing times. At first I wondered if we'd see new mount skill perks, but so far we only see tier 1 perks, and it feels like it would be a huge overhaul in just a few months to create tier 2, 3, and 4 for the skill tree. But again, I'm wishful thinking for that giant chicken mount. Up next is customization and cosmetics. For my fellow decorating enthusiasts out there, we are getting farmland expansion. Fun fact, I was holding off on decorating for as long as possible because I didn't think it would be until the full release when we got this expansion. But I couldn't wait anymore, so I spent well over 100 hours into decorating, finished, nearly had that video ready to share with you all, and then I was pleasantly surprised by this news. And honestly, I would happily do it all over again because the decorating aspect of this game is so much fun, and I'm looking forward to the furniture and decor that will come with the second update. With the Renown cap getting raised 20 levels, we'll likely be able to unlock exclusive rewards for furniture decor and cosmetics that way, as well as the Saturday market and drops in the mines. The first update honestly brought us so much in terms of character customization and cosmetics. We saw a lot of hairstyles and hats added, And in this update, I'd love to see even more with maybe tops and bottoms to mix and match our outfit slots even more per season. And last, we have miscellaneous features getting added. In the skills section, I mentioned it might make sense to see an auto petter and sprinkler as tier 4 ranching and farming perks added, or it's possible these are things we can buy or craft. Either way, it makes me really happy to see the devs are taking community feedback into consideration because these features will be huge quality of life improvements. Another feature that's even bigger than this is the option to adjust time in-game, as well as a few other things for performance optimization. Time speed has been the biggest pain point of the game among many players since it released in early access, and I'm really happy that we'll all be able to play at our own pace. This will definitely be a game changer. And finally, the last feature I cannot wait for is pets. I mean, look at Dozy, this sweet angel. The animal art in-game is so adorable, and I'm excited to see the animals we can adopt and how we might acquire them. Is this something that gets added to Hayden's shop? Or Dozy, being the only dog in town, is technically Juniper's familiar. Could we see something more on the magical side where we summon whatever familiar or pet we want? Personally, I'd really love to see an essence bat. Those guys are so cute, and I would love to see a little purple bat floating around and following me everywhere. Anyways, with so many amazing features coming in March, which one are you most excited about? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your theories about Caldarus or what kind of pet you're hoping to adopt first. If you enjoyed this update breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my Fields and Mistria tips playlist for more content because it does help the algorithm boost this video to more cozy gamers like yourself. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.